I said every little thing is gonna be alright. Yes, people, what's poppin'? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. Hope you're doing well, mate. Really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. That's right, Chelsea News, Football Therapy. It's here every single day. Today, Chelsea, of course, have coming off that good result away at the Etihad, 1-1 on the night in the Premier League, preparing for that cup final against in-form Liverpool. Ooh. We're going to talk about the fallout a little bit. Axel Disasi appreciation. Pep Guardiola whinging. Turns out, bit of a sore loser, much like Jurgen Klopp. Also, Matt Law writing for Sportsmole, unless it's a different Matt Law, saying Chelsea have already agreed to pay the release clause for Victor Osimhen. We've told Napoli, yeah, we'll pay that. We will pay that. It's working out a payment structure, so we'll get into that as well. Strap yourselves in, gang. I really appreciate all the support lately on the channel. Some really nice comments from you, man and woman, you lickle leng tings. I want to stop saying it, but I can't. Thanks for joining me. Please do consider supporting the content. Just drop a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell if you do choose to subscribe, and let's get into it. Look, starting off with some Axel Disasi appreciation. Of course, I went into the detail about Chelsea's 1-1 draw at the Etihad yesterday in my complete breakdown. If you've yet to watch that video, I'd urge you to go check it out. I really go into the performance, the good, the very little bad, but the frustrating maybe. And ultimately, like many Chelsea fans, considering I was very pleased. Man of the match on the night was Axel Disasi, and I must say, I'm getting won over by this guy. I will admit I was totally unconvinced with the signing of this guy. To be honest, the whole idea of us signing both the Monaco centre-backs and sort of making them the Chelsea centre-back partnership was a strange one. I will continue to nail my colours to the mast in terms of my long-term personal vision of being Levi Colwill on the left, Wesley Fofana on the right. Of course, Axel's a little bit older, but in terms of the, 20 to 22-year-olds, Levi and Wesley, I think, are perfect for Chelsea long-term. I think they're both really high quality. But in the meantime, that right centre-back slot can be locked down potentially by Axel Disasi, who has played the most minutes for Mauricio Pochettino and Chelsea this season. Of course, he's played a little bit of right-back, pretty well actually as well. And yesterday was that performance. Of course, the Chelsea fans are getting more and more affectionate towards him. His a performance away at Palace when he was crowd surfing in the 8th row when we scored the winner. That's the kind of stuff any football fan likes to see. Great. He's a massive tank of a man as well. So holding that guy up must have been serious work. But that's the kind of thing that gets fans really, really connected to you. Love a bit of that, mate. And when he put in that performance yesterday, I think Jamie Carragher said it was like John Terry-esque. Remember, this is a way, again, I hate to keep reiterating and regurgitating context, but the treble-winning Man City that had 11 wins on the bounce, I think. Also, we haven't even scored a goal there in the last 4 years. We haven't, beaten Man City since we beat them in Porto, which granted is still the game out of the bunch that you'd rather win. But incredible from Axel Disasi. And it seems strange because he costs quite a bit of money. He's not such a Project 2030 player. We bought him at 25. He may be 26 now already. I mean, obviously he's entering his prime, but he didn't seem one or the other, It was a strange signing for me, especially because we had Wesley Fofana on the right, who I'm a huge fan of, as well as Trevoh Chalobah, who does look like he's on his way out. But to be honest, bro, if we have long-term moving forwards, Disasi and Wesley on the right, Badiashile and Levi Colwill on the left as your 4 centre-backs. Personally, as time goes by, do we really need to sign another centre-back? Unless they really are concerned long-term about Wesley Fofana in terms of his injury and stuff we don't know. But Wesley's confident he's going to come back and do bits soon anyway. I'm totally happy with those 4 to be elite. And also, if the oldest one is 25 years old, it's nice for your oldest centre-back to go from 39 to 25, isn't it? So if the oldest one of the bunch is 25 or 26, great. Anyway, I did want to show Axel Disasi some love because I thought he's magnificent. Let's see how he does at Wembley. And, he has an opportunity here in these recent weeks to really cement himself as a massive fan favourite in his debut season for Chelsea in what's been a very difficult season generally. So let me know what you think, and let's move on. So before we talk about Pep Wingiola, let's jump over to Sportsmile and see what Matt Law is writing about Chelsea and Osimhen. Now, I do think this is Matt Law of The Telegraph, because who else is it going to be? Chelsea are reportedly prepared to trigger the £111 million release clause in Osimhen's contract in order to secure the striker's signature during the summer transfer window. The 25-year-old scored 26 goals last season to help Napoli to the title, but it's been a different story for the Blues this season, with the team currently down in 9th position in the table. Osimhen signed a new contract at Napoli last December, but the terms were only extended to 2026, and he is set to leave in the summer. At the end of last month, Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis told reporters this: "This was already known this summer. Our negotiations over the contract were friendly, otherwise it would have not been so long. We knew he would go to Real Madrid, PSG, or a top English club." Of course, PSG are said to view Osimhen as a possible replacement for Kylian Mbappe, who looks like he'll be leaving to Real Madrid. They are set to finally complete a move for Mbappe, which would all but rule out Carlo Ancelotti's side in terms of getting Osimhen. According to Italian journalist Rudy Galletti, Chelsea are planning to speed things up for Osimhen, with the Blues expecting firm competition from PSG in the light of the Mbappe news. Galletti claims that Maurizio Pochettino's side have already agreed to pay the full £111 million release clause, but the payment structure needs to be negotiated between the two clubs. Oh, well, this is a different story than what we've heard recently. If PSG want to go all in for Victor Osimhen as a Mbappe replacement, I think we're going to find it very, very tricky to convince the player. I'll repeat what I said in a recent video. I do think he'd suit PSG very, very well, being a hard-working, proper number 9 that you can have Bradley Barcola on the left and, of course, Ousmane Dembele on the right. It's a good, hard-working front three. You know, big players, but not dripping with ego, which has been PSG of late. More of a hard-working team. I think that would suit them and actually make them better and more of a chance to finally win the Champions League. They should be okay for financial fair play because they're saving £200 million per year by not having Kylian Mbappe. Now, will Victor Osimhen want to go to PSG or will he want to come to Chelsea? We know he likes Chelsea. He supported Chelsea and Man United as a kid. He loves Didier Drogba. He, of course, went on the John Obi Mikel podcast and joked around about joining Chelsea. The only issue is, if he goes to PSG, he will absolutely secure the bag. He will get a lot more money at PSG than he would at Chelsea. But does he care about money? Is his motivation at the moment money? I'm not so sure. He's already rejected a ridiculous super contract offer from the Saudi League and said no. But yeah, you can still accept a lot of money and still have sporting integrity and play in Europe. Chelsea, I don't think, are the big money payers. Ultimately though, I think personally Chelsea are going to break their wage structure to get in a striker. I think especially if they do go for a Victor Osimhen over another sort of Nico Jackson style striker, they will have to break our wage structure. Or maybe that's part of the Chelsea wage structure. Maybe it's young attacking wingers get up to 100k a week, get 80k a week. Your Noni Maduekes, Mikhailo Mudryks, none of them will be over 90k a week. Who else? Cole Palmer as well, he'll be on the similar wages, maybe 100k. And then, superstar signings, Enzo, 110k a week. And then Caicedo, British transfer record, 150k a week. And that's still probably 100k a week less than Mason Mount's getting at Manchester United. Do you see what I mean? Who do we need most? A Caicedo. So we're willing to pay the transfer fee. Right, let's squeak up the money a little bit. And of course, that's the money Gallagher's going for. He wants to be on parity with Moises Caicedo. So maybe Chelsea are thinking we're at 100 to 150 for starting midfielders, less for young wingers. And then of course the striker will pay 150 basic with goal bonuses maybe. Again, speculating here. But it's very interesting to hear this report has said, yeah, Chelsea have agreed to pay that release clause. And again, I'll repeat what I know. Chelsea are very confident they are completely comfortable in financial fair play, provided they sell some players. And we've spoken about this at length. Even if they don't sell Gallagher, the money from Lewis Hall from Newcastle, which is obligated to come in, Ian Maatsen's going to have his release clause triggered. He's playing too well, so the whole total from Dortmund will be 37 million. Bria should bring in 30 million should he be sold. That's well over 100 million in pure profit sales. Who knows, there might be a couple more sold that we're not really talking about. Maybe there's a David Datro Fofana sale. Maybe there's, a couple of fringe players that we don't really think about that get sold that bring in a little bit of cash as well. Chelsea feel they're comfortable enough and they could sign a Victor Osimhen. Would he choose Chelsea? I know a lot of you guys aren't 100% sold on him because his form has been up and down this season, but Napoli's been all over the gaff a little bit as well, and of course there was the controversy with the TikTok videos about him. I can understand, and then he went off to AFCON, didn't perform that great in AFCON, wasn't really the goals. I think he scored one goal maybe, and that might have been a penalty. I'm not sure. I feel like he got one goal, whether it was a penalty or not. Still, didn't look particularly great. Is that the guy you want to drop the bag on? Well, maybe. He still looks a player. He's brave, he's mobile, and of course we know he can score goals. Maybe he is that guy. Let me know what you think. Comment down below on Victor Osimhen. Now let's finish the video and talk about Pep Guardiola's comments on Chelsea's performance yesterday. Giuseppe Muro writes, Guardiola has responded to Pochettino after Chelsea manager saying he was proud of his players following their 1-1 draw against Man City. Chelsea held City at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday night to dent their title bid. Raheem Sterling gave Chelsea the lead in the first half, but Rodri rescued a point with a dramatic late equaliser, as he often does. Erling Haaland could have won the game for City, but missed several chances on a frustrating day for Guardiola and the champions, who lost ground in the title race after wins for both Liverpool and Arsenal, of course. After the game, Pochettino said, "I'm so pleased. I told the players I feel so proud." In response to this, Guardiola said, "Good. Congratulations. If he believes that is good for his team." For me, this is like classic Jurgen Klopp losing to Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Like, why do they play like that? It shouldn't be a win. And basically, why didn't you let us win? This is classic Guardiola going, but you went to Anfield and conceded 4 and now against us in a title race. Why couldn't you concede 4 against us? It's sort of insinuating, look at Chelsea, they're a top team, they got top players, why do they have to play like that? I'll tell you why, Pep, because we're mid-table in the Premier League. We've been struggling this season. You are like 7 years into a Abu Dhabi charged project that prepared for you even before your arrival. Yes, you're the best coach in the world, but everything's built around you. You're deep into your project, and you've got De Bruyne, Haaland, a bunch of treble winners, and an 11-game win streak. You're playing at home in a fixture you've defeated us 4 years in a row without us scoring a single goal. So what would you like us to do? Would you like us to just go and play the ball out like crazy and just let you score 4 or 5 against us? Is that what you'd like? You know what, mate? That was proper Chelsea. If you know about proper Chelsea football heritage, especially when you're up against it, you get a goal and you defend. Nothing wrong with that. If you're feeling yourself, you're feeling spicy and you have the opportunity to, and you're confident and you've been winning a lot lately, go for another goal. Maybe if you're at home, go for another goal. But, the context surrounding this game, especially where Chelsea are and with all our injuries as well, for him to be like, wow, if you want to play like that, congratulations. I understand, he's a silly sausage. He's feeling frustrated because, like I said, Liverpool and Arsenal had big wins and he didn't get the win. And basically he's got 2 points out of Chelsea this season. Essentially, the way it will be looked at is Chelsea have robbed 4 points off them this season. We finished mid-table last season. We're currently in mid-table. He's frustrated that he couldn't get the points out of us. But the truth is, Chelsea have performed really well against all the big teams this season, apart from at Anfield, which hopefully we would have learnt from that mistake because we're going to go and play Liverpool very soon at Wembley. But that is a neutral ground. Still, I thought it was pretty funny. Clearly got under his skin a little bit. But hey, I'm very pleased we played like that. I even said in my match preview I want us to be reactive and not proactive, and we were that, and we had loads of good chances. Of course, Haaland missed a hat-trick of chances, but we had great chances as well. There was that moment where Edison made a double save. We had a few other breaks, especially in the first half. So it was a 1-1 is, for me, it's a fair result. So Pep will eventually get over it, and to be honest, he'll probably win the league with Man City. Anyway, that's it for Chelsea news today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting the content as always. Means a lot to me, friends. Thanks for liking and subscribing. We move! Road to 200,000 subscribers. Oh, incredible. Right, see you in a bit. Peace.